Kaminsky, you spoke on your direct examination about an interaction you had with Cameron Poole earlier on in the summer of 2012, correct?
You mean in the ticket booth?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
And in this interaction, you saw Cameron Poole perform a sleight of hand movement when you gave him your money.
Yeah, someone went into the till, someone went under the counter.
And he gave you a bracelet from an area you could not see.
No, it wasn't the regular spot. Sorry.
And this bracelet was faded and lacked the numbering system.
Yeah, it just felt pretty cheap.
And you knew something was wrong, so you asked Cameron Poole what was going on.
I sure did.
And in your direct examination, you shared his response with the court.
Yes, I did.
But Mr. Kaminsky, you did not share the entirety of Cameron Poole's response, did you?
I'm not sure exactly what you mean.
Mr. Kaminsky, you told the court that Cameron Poole told you he was involved in a wristband scheme.
Yeah, I said that he was stealing from the park.
But that is not all you heard him say.
I'm still not entirely sure what you're trying to get at, miss.
Mr. Kaminsky, is it correct that you heard Cameron Poole say that he and a few other employees were skimming profits from the cash sales of World Tour wristbands?
Yeah, he said something along those lines about stealing from the park, yes.
But it is correct that he said himself and a few other employees, is that correct?
Yes, I suppose that is true, yes.
And then you told Mr. Poole that you would not report him, is that correct?
Yeah, I promised I would keep it a secret because their boss, Mr. Longstreet, can sometimes be a bit cheapskate. I've driven him around and he's a terrible tipper. You can only imagine what his employees are like.
So Mr. Kaminsky, you promised Cameron Poole not to report him?
Yes, that's what I told him at the time.
I'd now like to talk to you about the day of August 30th. You were at the park that day, correct?
Yes, I sure was.
And you received 2 text messages from an unknown number.
Yes, one earlier in the day and then one closer to closing time, that's correct.
And after you received the text closer to closing time, you departed from the park to meet your client.
Since that's usually what I do, is leave to go get your clients. Kind of a
And
job.
as you were leaving the park, you said that you saw Cameron Poole fleeing. Is that correct?
From the security guard. Yes, that's correct.
Mhm. And when you arrived to the grocery store to pick him up, he emerged from the woods carrying a duffel bag.
Yes, that's true.
And you saw Cameron Poole take cash from this duffel bag to pay you.
Yes, that's what he did.
And he got into your limousine and made 2 phone calls.
Yes, I believe there were 2 phone calls, yes.
Mr. Kaminsky, I would like to talk to you in greater detail about the first phone call.
Absolutely.
In that first phone call, Cameron Poole was speaking to a person you believe to be Whit Bowman.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
In fact, you had heard her voice just earlier that day.
Yeah, and I talk to her all the time. It's been a couple of years now. Safety was getting pretty serious.
And in this phone conversation, Cameron Poole said to the defendant, things got crazy and we were going to get caught. Is that correct?
I don't remember all the phone calls, all the speeches verbatim, but I think something along the lines might have happened, yes.
So he said that, is that correct?
Yes, something along those lines, that's correct.
You also heard Cameron Poole say, I had your knife. I held it to Haley Floyd's face and told her I would carve her up if she did not put all the money in the bag.
Yeah, that was terrifying. I'm glad I had to divide her up. It was kind of a scary conversation.
And then Cameron Poole said to Whit Bowman, don't worry, I got rid of your knife.
Yeah, the whole time it was just...
And then Cameron Poole said, no one will ever know you were involved.
Objection, Your Honor. This specific statement will be considered hearsay.
Cameron Poole made the statement. What do you have to say about that?
Your Honor, it is stipulated that Cameron Poole is unavailable to testify in court today, and therefore under Rule 804, subsection 3B, any statements he makes exposing himself to civil and or criminal liability are admissible.
May I respond on those grounds, Your Honor? Pursuant to that rule, the opposing counsel is right as if the statement is exposing himself to criminal liability. Now, that would be what to come in under this exception. But the statement of Cameron Poole, no one know that you will be caught, well, that exposes Ms. Bowman to criminal liability. Because it does not expose the declarant, Cameron Poole, to criminal liability, it does not fall under this exception.
Your Honor, this statement exposes both the declarant, Cameron Poole, and today's defendant, Whitney Bowman, to criminal liability.
Your Honor, the statement is clear. No one will know that you were involved. That statement directly goes towards Ms. Bowman because it does not expose the declarant to criminal liability. It does not fall under this exception. And furthermore, Your Honor, there's a second problem that opposing counsel must meet, which is 804B3B, which states that that statement must be supported by corroborating circumstances that indicates its trustworthiness. Now, opposing counsel has not laid before the jury any evidence to indicate that that statement is true.
Your Honor, I have laid the foundation to indicate the corroborating circumstances of this event. The witness has seen Cameron Poole being pursued by a security officer in the park. He saw him emerge from the woods shortly after carrying a bag of money. And he then got into his limousine and made a phone call discussing a robbery.
Your arguments are very well made. The statement is, what we have here is a limo driving over here, Cameron Poole, who everybody agrees pulled the robbery off, talking about it, which would be implicating Cameron Poole, but the statement also tends to implicate the person he's talking to. And the hump I'm trying to get over here is, why would Poole's statement implicating Bowen be fair at this point in time, when Poole's not here to be cross-examined? Can anybody help me with that part of it?
Your Honor, I will merely restate that the Rule 804-3B does allow such statements to be admitted precisely because of Cameron Poole's absence in court today.
Your Honor, 804, it's the exceptions to hearsay when a witness is not available. Now, it has two major sections, the definition sections and the exceptions themselves. The definition has been fulfilled pursuant to stipulation 3 regarding today's case. Now, the second section, part B, it states that for this statement to be admissible, it must go against the declarant's criminal, it will expose the declarant to criminal liability. And because the statement does not directly go to him, but with Bowman, it does not fall under this exception. And furthermore, no testimony has been elicited from Mr. Kaminsky of Cameron Poole's actions after this phone call to support that what Cameron said was true.
The point I'm hearing that makes the most sense to me is that the interest that is being impinged upon has to be the interest of the speaker. And it tends to impinge upon the interest of the one the speaker is talking about. I'm sustain the objection.
Your Honor, motion for the question and the testimony of the witness be stricken regarding that specific statement.
Yeah, the last statement, only the last statement is the only time we object we have, so that's the only one that is stricken.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Kaminsky, one of the final things we heard in this conversation between Cameron Poole and the defendant was Cameron Poole promised to give Whitney Bowman her share one day. Is that correct?
Your Honor, again, I object to hearsay.
Do you have further foundation for this?
On a different grounds, Your Honor. This is a statement of plan or intent, and therefore it's admissible.
Okay, I think nobody disagrees that Poole's really a rash guy. To try to implicate somebody who is presumed to be innocent, and I don't think that you. I'm not saying it's impossible that you can't cover that gap, but at the same time I haven't heard it, so I'm going to sustain the objection on that basis.
Motion to strike the question from the record.
No, let's question that just stayed in the record, there was no answer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Proceed, if you wish.
Mr. Kaminsky, after you heard this conversation about the robbery at knife point of Miss Haley Floyd that occurred between Cameron Poole and the defendant Whitney Bowman, you ultimately arrived at your destination, is that correct?
Yeah, shortly after that we did, that's correct.
Where Cameron Poole exited the limousine
You sure did.
and offered you another substantial amount of money.
Yeah, more than what you'd given me for the ride itself, that's true.
No further questions at this